stream. So, guys, a shocking and explosive news coming out. Iran's president has just used words that immediately raised the global alarms. When Masoud Pezeshkian said Iran is in full scale war with the United States, Israel, and Europe, many people heard that as a direct declaration of war. But in geopolitics, words like this are really accidental and they really mean exactly what they sound like. To understand what this statement really means, we have to look at what kind of war Iran believes it is fighting and why this message was delivered now. So, guys, Iran is not describing a conventional war with tanks crossing borders or soldiers storming capitals. Instead, Tehran sees itself trapped in a multi layered conflict that combines military strikes, economic pressure, political isolation, cyber operations, and cultural influence. From Iran's perspective, sanctions are weapons, trade restrictions are sieges, and diplomatic isolation is an attempt to weaken the state from within. When Pezeshkian talks about war, he is framing economic hardship, rising public expectation, and internal pressure as a consequences of an external assault led by the West. This framing comes just months after the US and Israel strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities, an operation that reportedly killed more than 1,000 people, including senior military commanders and nuclear scientists. For Iran's leadership, those strikes crossed a psychological threshold. They reinforce the belief that diplomacy no longer protects Iran from direct military action. Declaring a full scale war is therefore not just a rhetoric aimed outward, but a message inward designed to prepare the Iranian public for hardship, sacrifice, and long term confrontation. So, guys, the timing also matters here. President Trump has once again made stopping Iran's nuclear ambitions a central promise, and his upcoming meeting with the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu signals tighter coordination. Iran understands that pressure is likely to increase by publicly framing the conflict as a broad war involving Europe as well. Tehran is trying to internationalize blame and rally domestic unity, arguing that the Iran struggles are not the result of internal failure but external aggression. So, guys, what could happen next? The most important thing to understand is that the escalation does not automatically mean a full regional war. Iran's strategy historically avoids direct large scale confrontation with the United States. Instead, it relies on asymmetric pressure. This could include increased activity by the allied groups in the region, cyber operations targeting infrastructure, maritime disruptions in strategic waterways, or accelerated nuclear enrichment as leverage rather than an immediate step towards a weapon. Diplomatically, this statement hardens position on all the sides. It makes compromise politically harder for Iranian soldiers who now risk appearing weak if they back down. So at the same time, it gives the US and the Israel justification to argue that Iran is openly hostile and must be contained more aggressively. Europe, which has often tried to play a mediating role, may find itself squeezed between alignment with Washington and fears of regional instability. Economically, Iranians should expect continued strain. By framing the situation as war, the government is signaling that shortages, inflation, and restrictions are part of a national struggle rather than the temporary failures. So, this narrative can buy the political time, but it also raises expectation that the state will eventually deliver security and stability in return. So, guys, the most likely near term outcome is not an immediate explosion but a dangerous stalemate. More strikes that stop short of all out war, and more sanctions, more covert actions, more rhetorical escalation. Each side trying to impose cost without triggering a direct confrontation they cannot control. This is the most notable kind of conflict because it relies on restraint in an environment filled with anger, mistrust, and miscalculation. Iran's declaration of full scale war is a less a starting gun and more a warning flare. It signals that Tehran believes it is already fighting on survival, and that belief makes future decisions riskier. When leaders convince themselves they are already at war, the threshold for the escalation drops. That is what should worry the world most now. So, guys, this story is still unfolding, and the next moves from the Washington, Tel Aviv, and Tehran will matter enormously. If you want calm, clear analysis without making any hype, make sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments, guys. Do you think this is the beginning of something bigger or a calculated message to stop one? So, guys, thank you so much for joining in today and being with me till the end. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel for such amazing breakdowns. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.